I could see a smile on his face, but it was far from a friendly smile.
Noah!
You don't have to be that afraid, you know.
Too late!
Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Espoir David, and today I'm going to play a game called My Ange. Where am I? And why is the text box so cool looking and neat and intricate? Why am I here? Everything is so hazy. I can't think straight. My name is Espoir. It means hope in French. Ah, I am Espoir. And I'm sorry. With that reason, you can no longer stay with us. What? I just got here and I'm getting kicked out. Stop it. Why did you do that? Were you out of your mind? Shut up. You technically brought that upon yourself. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. I want a lawyer. Why is it me? Why is it always me? Just please. Hey. Are you alright? Huh? Oh, yes, I'm fine. Just having an existential cry. Sir, where did you get that keychain? Where'd you get I want it. How much do you want for it? I want that. Give that to me. I want it. It's a Jack cameo. Crap. Did I end up falling asleep? Oh, phew. That's good. You weren't looking great, so I thought you got carsick or something. It seems that I really didn't look great while I was asleep. While I was having a nightmare. A horrible one, in fact. After getting fired from the company like that, I decided to move to a place far away from where I was before. I wanted to get away from everything that reminds me of that time, so I picked the furthest place to move out. Okay, I think we're here. So, this is the place. Wow. This is worse than what I imagined. Keep your chin up, Espoir. You gotta think positively. I actually stumbled across this building while finding a place around this area. At first, I tried to get somewhere else, thinking this may not be a good idea. But all of the good options I had in mind were just way over my current budget. But what can I do now? What's done is done. Not that I have enough cash to move again immediately. Besides, it wasn't the exterior that caught my attention. It was the price. The rent for this place was just too cheap to resist. With that much money saved, I should be able to hold on until I find a new job. I heard that the owner was desperate to get a new tenant after having issues with their previous tenant. Something about them running away without paying, I don't know. Yep, no way I'm staying here long. Well, nothing's gonna get done if I just stand here all day. I should head up. Majestic. Absolutely up to code living spaces. Let's see, 201, was it? This should be the place. I took out the rusty key. The key is even rusted? Goodness. I took out the rusty key that was given to me with a nervous feeling. I let out a deep sigh and unlocked the door. Just some cockroaches playing poker like, who are you? How cozy. At this point, I'm not even surprised. Why did I say I'll do the cleaning myself? I guess this is what I get for trying to save some cash. The floor was piled with dust and was scattered with multiple papers and plastic bottles. Couldn't the previous tenant at least throw the trash out before leaving? Seriously, I never met this person and I'm starting to get really frustrated at them. I put my belongings in the corner and proceeded to look around the things I have to clean up. This is going to be a painful day. There! Same as new. Okay, this should be enough for now. After painstaking hours of cleaning, I managed to clean the living room to an acceptable condition. The combination living room kitchen. Though I feel like there's now a pile of dust building up in my lungs from all the intense cleaning, but it's not over yet. The bedroom and the bathroom. Ooh. I should clean up the... Is this a horror game? Like, moving into a sketchy apartment with all this cleaning you have to do. All this suspicious stains. I should clean up the bedroom next, since I don't want to sleep on the floor on my first day here. You hold on a second. I recognize that fella. I haven't played the game yet, but I recognize that fella. Cameos. I love cameos. Oh! You! Adam! How dare you! Here's messy as well. I'm starting to notice that the previous tenant left a lot of their stuff, almost too much. I even found some fresh clothes while cleaning the living room as well. First the living room, now the bedroom. Just looking at the amount of belongings they left behind, I guess the rumor about them running away was true. What should I do? Let's see, throw everything away, take a closer look, or save your game. I don't want to throw this away. I'd actually leave some of these posters up. Let's take a closer look. Let's see what on earth are these papers sticking on the wall. I moved closer to the bedside and ripped the 2 papers that were glued onto the wall. It was an old news article about a murder that happened at a youth shelter 15 years ago. File that under evidence. Gruesome stabbing at Good Hill Youth Center. 4 teens found dead, only 2 survivors. I skimmed through the details until the location of the scene caught my eye. This place is where I used to live with my parents. And from the look of it, the shelter was only a few blocks away from our house. I barely remember anything from the time I lived with my parents, so all of this is very new and shocking to me. To think a murder case of all things happened so near me, it gives me the chills. But why would they print this article? Yeah, that is suspicious. Let alone stick it on top of the bed. Were they one of those mystery murder case enthusiasts? Or those internet detectives? I continued reading to see the rest of the article. It seems that the culprit was revealed to be one of the caretakers of the institute. However, the police was unable to detain them as the caretaker ended their own lives before the police arrived. I shoved the papers into the plastic garbage bag. It's definitely not a pleasant thing to read in a place like this. I don't know, the walls are pretty sturdy. They look like solid cement. God, this is now creeping me out. Okay, on to the next one. I tried to act overly cheerful to ease in my chills, and looked under the bed to find more stuff to clean. I reach under the bed to see if there's any trash I can grab, but then... I felt something bump into my fingertips, so I reached into it deeper to grab the mystery item. Aha! Got it! Ooh! What the... A notebook? Did they keep a secret diary or something? From looking at this mess, I didn't expect them to be the sentimental type. Curious about the content, I opened the notebook. The first page was filled with the list of food and numbers written next to it. It seems they used this to record their expenses. I flipped a few pages more until I found something new. The apartment is very old, like I expected. Sink is leaking and needs fixing. Room and bathroom smell moldy. There's a lot of things to fix here. This month might be very tough financially. I flipped to the next page to read more. This page seems to talk about the floor's neighbors. I don't think I'll ever interact with them, but it won't hurt to know basic impressions of them with this. Tenant 203, appearance-wise, looks around early 20s. Very loud. Yikes, I guess a quiet life here is out of the question. Tenant 202. Yes? What the? The bits regarding 202 were missing. It was not long that I realized that the bottom part of the page was ripped. Maybe they didn't like what they wrote, or maybe they spilled something and ripped it by accident. What am I thinking? It's only a rip. I'm watching way too many detective movies, or horror movies. I took out my phone to check the time, and to my surprise, it was almost afternoon. Oh, mailed. I slacked off too long. I quickly closed the notebook and shoved it inside the desk drawer and continued cleaning. I'll check on it more when I have time. Aw, you took down the sexy posters. Phew, finally all done. Looking at all the trash gone, I feel a whole chunk of weight off my chest. And I feel like I can literally throw up a dust bunny. I need fresh air, like right now. My head is starting to feel a bit dizzy. Yeah, there's hardly any windows in here either. My head is starting to feel a bit dizzy. I don't think even opening the window in the living room will cut it. I don't know how much grass you're going to be able to touch out here. Ah, I can breathe. Never thought the air could be this sweet. But what should I do now? I didn't really think of what to do next after I finished cleaning. I would just lay down, make some eggs, go to sleep. I do have to buy groceries and other necessities later on, so I have to go out sooner or later. But there is still some time left, so I can do something else first before going. Yeah, let's get some rest. Let's go lay down. Let's lay down. I don't think I can move another muscle right now. I think I'll take a quick nap first. Yeah, nap. 'Cause I'm 30 and I need a nap. Exhaustion slowly took in as I arrived at the bedroom. Guess I was more tired than I thought. As soon as I let my body sink into the newly cleaned sheets, drowsiness started gushing in. I still have to buy groceries though, but my body doesn't want to move an inch now. My eyes begin to close as I surrender myself to the comfort of the bed. Ah, screw it. I'll do everything tomorrow. Ending 1. Dead tired. Understandable. Alright, how about we go meet the neighbors? We had a nice rest, went back in time. Introduce yourself to the neighbors. I guess I should at least say hello to the tenants living on this floor. It won't hurt to say hello anyway. From what I know, there are 2 other people who live on this floor, 202 and 203. Let's see, which place should I go first? Let's meet young wise 202 first, or 203. I should go to 203 first. We know a little bit about them. I can hear loud noises coming from inside the house. From the contents I'm hearing, it seems like they're playing games of some sort. God, I hope I don't need to file a noise complaint. After letting out a deep sigh, I press the doorbell. I wonder if they can hear the door. Who is it? God, that scared the crap out of me. Hello, I'm the new... I'm not buying, not interested. It seems like they've mistook me as a salesperson. I don't think they're going to reply to me anymore. I should slowly go to the groceries now. I still haven't properly met any of my neighbors yet, but oh well, we'll meet one day. I mean, you could just go right next door and be like, "Hello, how are you? I'm going to be your new annoying neighbor." But yeah, I guess you do gotta get groceries. A few hours later... Oh. I seriously didn't expect I'll take this long. Would have thought there would be that many people buying stuff. I looked at my phone to check the navigation home. I should be able to reach home in a few minutes if I turn right straight ahead. What the... The short way to the apartment was blocked. Ah, great. I can just slide my way inside and cross the path, but I don't want to risk it with the amount of things I'm carrying right now. Guess the only way back is to take the longer path. Alright. Do I really have to cross here? The path was surrounded with bushes and old buildings. The dim light wasn't helping to ease this eerie atmosphere either. Maybe I should have just crossed the caution area. But what can I do now? I came all this way, and my arms are getting tired. In desperate need to get out of this path, I started to pace up my walk. But then... Squish! Startled by the soft sensation below my feet, I looked down. Oh. A doll? I cautiously pick up the strange-looking doll. It had places that were ripped open and covered in stains. A creepy-looking doll in a creepy-looking alley. This can't get any worse. Now, where did it go? Who said that? Who are you? Why is the music bumping? Taken aback by the sudden voice, I quickly look front, trying to find the identity of the voice. Oh, hello. Is this your doll? It's very cursed. I mean cute. That's strange. I do believe I dropped it here somewhere. A student? No, there weren't any schools here from what I remember. Plus, he seems a bit too old to be a student, too. Is he searching for something? Yeah, what's up? What's up, pal? Hey, pal. I don't know why, but I feel like this doll is what he's searching for. With caution, I slowly walk up to the stranger. Oh my, you have quite piercing eyes that I am going to see in my dreams. Excuse me? Yes? I showed him the doll that I picked up earlier. Is this what you're looking for? The man's face turned brighter upon seeing the doll in my hands. Thank goodness you found it. I thought I lost it forever. Oh, just a young man and his creepy doll. Did I just inadvertently curse myself? I handed over the doll to him. He seemed very pleased. I found it on the road while I was walking, though I kinda stepped on it by accident. Sorry if I got it dirty. Not at all. I'm just glad you found it. No problem. Glad I was able to help. Bye. Even though the conversation was brief, it helped ease the eerie atmosphere just a little bit. I guess it was a good thing that I decided to ask him about the doll. Now that I realize, are you perhaps the new tenant of 201? You know, from the old brown apartment. Oh, yes, I am. And you are? I'm Noah, tenant of 202. What's your name? I'm Espoir. It means hope in French, as in, I hope you don't have anything devious planned. Espoir. Espoir. I can hear him quietly mumbling my name. Is something the matter? It's nothing. It just makes me remember names quicker. Are you heading back to the apartment now? Yeah, I was planning to use the shortcut, but the road was blocked off. Ah, that road. You know, it's a pretty small fix, so people here just jump over it. He lets out a small laugh. Even I think walking all this way from such a small site is a bit dumb. Being a noble citizen, I see. It's not like that. My face began to turn slightly red from embarrassment, but in a way his sarcastic tease was making me more comfortable around him. I was also on my way back to the apartment. Would you mind if I tag along with you? Oh, no problem. I feel like the road will be more creepy ahead, and besides, it's better to have one support than none. Great, let's go back. With that, we started walking together back home. It's been a few minutes since we walked, but none of us were talking a single word. I'm starting to feel like the casual conversation we had in the alley was all in my head. Awkward tension began to rise as noise from our footsteps echoed. I kept glancing at his direction to see what he was doing, and now that I'm next to him, I can see his face more clearly. His skin was pale, almost as if there was no blood flowing inside of him. But the most unnerving feature was his eyes. His eyes looked as if I'm staring into a dark abyss, The harsh, dark circle makes the eyes even more eerie. Is there something wrong?
Now just staring lovingly into your eyes.
What? You've been staring at me for some time. Crap. How did he notice that I was looking at him? Was he not looking at the road?
Huh? No, or maybe he has eyes somewhere else. Are those your real eyes, sir?
Huh? No, it's nothing. Sorry about that. Silence surrounds us once more. I feel like if I stop talking right now, we'll just go back to that awkward silence again until we arrive at the apartment. Come on, think of something. So, how long have you been living here? God, this question is very generic, but at least it keeps the conversation going. I've been here for quite some time now, about 3 years. Oh, then you're probably more familiar around here. Have you ever met any other people living in the apartment? Let's say the previous 201 tenant? Oh yeah, because they ran away.
Ah.
Hearing that, Noah looked towards me, still smiling.
Noah? Noah?
Hearing no answer, I looked back at him, nervously. Why isn't he saying anything? Did I say something I shouldn't have? Actually, no. Oh. My job doesn't necessarily require me to go outside, so I've never once met them. I see. From what I heard, it seems that they ran away. I'm not surprised, to be honest. People don't stay here for too long. Yeah. I turned my head back to the road ahead. By the time I knew it, we arrived at the apartment. Well, we finally arrived. I let out a deep breath of relief. Despite how run down it is, the reality of finally being home just brings a feeling that I'm safe. Thanks for walking with me, Noah. No problem. It was nice meeting you, Espoir. I hope I can see you around. Yes, it was nice meeting you too.
Please stop staring at me.
Noah then held up the doll and started waving its little hands towards me as if the doll was saying goodbye.
Oh.
Wave farewell, Ange. Ange? Is he referring to the doll? I think the name is a little mismatched, but I guess there are people who name their toys.
What, you mean you're one of those insane people who does not name their toys? And welcome them when you get home?
I gave him a faint smile and a quick wave before heading inside.
Your sweet Ange better stay in their room and not find their way into mine.
As soon as I get into the bedroom, I dive into the bed, recalling everything that happened today. The move was exhausting, but at least I was able to be acquainted with one of my neighbors today, if you can call it that. Appearance aside, he seemed to be a decent person.
Yeah, a little strange. Strange young lad. Big eyes. Big eyes that stare deep into your soul, but he seems like a good lad so far. I wonder if that's gonna change.
Noah. Wait a minute. How did he know that I was a tenant of this apartment? Did he see me before we met in the alley?
Noah.
Where have you been all this time? I was looking everywhere for you. Things will be very interesting from now on. It'll be fun for you too. Wouldn't you agree? My Ange.
Am I pronouncing that right? To be continued. Ange, what's the deal? What's going on here? What if I do throw everything away? Just get out of here.
Running away aside, this all belongs in the trash to me. I started shoving all the things I can grab into a plastic garbage bag. What matters to me right now is to clean this house as soon as I can. Yep, I hate cleaning.
I like cleaning. Doesn't mean I do it often. Alright, 202 neighbor. Neighbor 202.
I should go to 202 first.
I'm assuming he's not there.
I approached the door nervously and pressed the doorbell.
Hello?
No answer.
Hello? I'm the person who just moved to 201. Just wanted to say hello.
Still no answers. I decided to give one last shot and knock on the door. Then suddenly, it opened. Did they not close the door properly?
Well, let's get in there. Let's look inside. I shall regret this.
I leaned closer to the door to take a peek if anyone's inside.
Hello? Is anyone... Beep. Oh dear.
I felt a sudden grip on my arm, and by the time I realized, I was pulled inside. The room was pitch black, so I couldn't see anything. I tried to struggle, but the grip on my arm was too strong,
And the boss music was playing.
I attempted to scream, but my mouth was immediately covered with what I could feel was a wet cloth. A strong, unpleasantly sweet scent shoots through my nose, making me dizzy. It's rude to peek, you know. I can feel a heavy breathing down my neck and an arm slowly wrapping around my waist. I normally would take things slow, but I believe you saw a bit too much. Or maybe you haven't. I can feel the grip on my waist getting tighter. I guess it's my fault for taking my time and not disposing anything there, but I do have to thank you. You just made things way too easy.
Did I clean up a bunch of evidence? Did I unknowingly clean up evidence? Noah!
The figure let out a small chuckle, almost to mock me for even thinking to look inside. Don't worry. By the time you wake up, you'll be more beautiful than you are now. I'm sure of it. Beginning to lose all strength, my body leaned closer to the figure. Welcome to your new home. I'm sure you'll love it here.
Anything might be an upgrade to, Oh. Oh dear. I was gonna say anything might be an upgrade to that apartment I just left, but, are you gonna put me in a... Are you gonna put a... You gonna put me in a... You gonna put, Are you gonna sew me into a dolly? Ending 2. Too easy. How dare you? Okay, how about we leave? How about we don't do any of that? How about we not, be an absolute monster and look in people's houses?
I'd better go now. Maybe they went out in a rush and forgot to close their door or something. I moved away from the door and started walking to the corridor. Don't want to get blamed, or worse, sued for trespassing. But most importantly, I feel like it's a bad idea to approach it further.
Yeah. All right, Noah. Noah, you seem a bit forceful. You seem a little creepy. What if I quietly move past him?
I don't think I should talk with strangers, especially at this hour. Pretending to not realize the stranger in front of me, I slowly walked past the man. Then suddenly...
Ah!
Hey! Feeling a tight grip on my shoulder, I look back. You have something of mine. Before I realized, the stranger was looming right beside me. I could see a smile on his face, but it was far from a friendly smile.
I'm so sorry, I didn't know it was yours.
I quickly gave the doll back to the man. His eyes were fixed on me, even as he received the doll from my hands. The man continued to stand in front of me without saying a single word. My hands began to sweat as I can feel the eerie atmosphere getting heavier. I'll see you soon.
Gulp. What? That's the worst case scenario right there. You don't want that. You don't want a boy with creepy eyes and a creepy doll saying he's gonna see you soon. You don't want none of that. No good can come from that. I'm scared. I'm scared now. I think Noah wins the award for creeping me out and he's barely done anything yet.
The man said nothing else as he left the scene,
creepy doll in hand.
I stood alone in the alley as my blood ran cold, unable to move from terror. My heart began to race as his words echoed in my head.
What the heck does he mean by that?
I broke myself from the fear and started running as fast as I could. I need to get out of here right now.
Home, crap, home.
I was gasping for air from all the running. I think this is the fastest I've ran in my life. I'm finally home. Creepy alley, creepy stranger. I'm far from them now. I slowly collected my breath. Then I hear a clap from the back, and a familiar figure shows up.
A what? Ah!
It was the guy
from the alley.
Nice jog. Took you long enough.
How did he?
I told you we'll meet again. I looked at him as I froze once more. I was terrified to the point I couldn't even make a sound. Unable to shout or move, I could only watch as the man slowly approached me. You don't have to be that afraid, you know.
Too late.
After all, we are neighbors.
Wait, did he just say neighbors?
You're the new tenant of 201. The man then directs his finger to the flat next to mine. I'm the tenant of 202. Name's Noah. So he's a tenant of this apartment as well. That aside, how did he know I was a tenant of this building? I did make some noises while I was cleaning, so maybe he noticed then? But that doesn't explain how he knows my face. I decided to give it a shot and ask, How did you... It's kind of unfair that only I gave you my name, isn't it?
Oh,
His sudden request blew away my train of thought. I don't see a reason to give him my name. I mean, I'm not the one who asked for it in the first place. I decided to oblige, nonetheless. It's not bad knowing the names of people living here anyway. And besides, what can he do with just my name?
He can, write it on a doll or something.
I'm Espoir. Espoir. I see. Well, it was nice meeting you, Espoir. Hope I can see you around.
Ah, yeah. You too.
Noah turns his body to his flat, getting ready to go inside. I grab my door to head inside as well, but before I could open it, Noah turns his head back towards me. Oh, before you go, mind if I give you some advice?
What advice?
You shouldn't stay outside for long in this neighborhood. Who knows? You might not see the daylight again.
Eek!
Seeing my expression, Noah let out a few laughs. Just kidding. It's getting really fun messing with you.
You?
But I meant it when I say you shouldn't stay out for long, especially at night. There are many pickpockets around here that target people walking alone. While the joke did scare the crap out of me, I do appreciate him telling me not to hang around at night. Thank you for telling me that. I'll try not to. Well, that's all from me. Good night, Espoir. You too, Noah. As soon as I get into the bedroom, I dive into the bed, recalling everything that happened today. The exhausting move, the creepy alley, and the encounter with Noah. Noah. In the end, I didn't get to ask how he knew I was the new tenant. Maybe I'll ask him when I meet him again. Despite how terrifying our first interaction was, I don't think he's a bad person. Just a bit of a troll, maybe. Though I don't want to see him that often. Look at you. You look more messed up than before. It's fine. I'll mend it up for you. Where have you been all this time? I was searching all over for you. But it's fine. It's all going to be all right, like it used to be. Things will be very interesting from now on. It'll be fun for you too. Wouldn't you agree? My Ange.
To be continued.
Well, that was the demo of My Ange. I look forward to playing some more of this when it updates. So if it updates and I don't know, please leave a comment because I don't get the notifications and I would like to know more about what happens. And Noah, why are you being so creepy? What's up with that doll? But I'd love to know what you think in the comments, so you could put a comment down there and I will read it. But anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Take care of yourself. Have a great night, and remember, there is always hope.